Like, I never thought to myself, I'm gonna go to Africa and go broke. But it happened. I am broke. I moved to Tanzania with my family 1 year ago. Though I planned meticulously, it only took 1 year for me to go broke. My name is Empress Kino, and I'm dedicated to healing myself through visual storytelling and writing. When we first got here, I was still working just as much as I did when we lived in America. Because of that, we were living a very comfortable tourist lifestyle. Hi, yes, hello, it's us. We're out about exploring today. Today we're here in Masaki at the Sea Cliff Hotel. Including me trying out different investing experiments here in Tanzania. I tried out an office. It looks good, I like it.
You like?
I think my head will go good right here on the side. So give me a nice little backdrop. 2 Airbnbs located in the Mbezi Beach area of Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. This brand new apartment is newly constructed, never occupied, and includes all new furnitures and fixtures that you see, never used by anyone, as well as we purchased 2 cars. One of the best parts of living in a hardcore hustler society is that I just got my car washed for 3,000 shillings, which is a little over $1. Lived in 2 different luxury compounds. It's still less than what we were spending for our townhome in Northern Virginia. Traveled to the islands, to the mountains, etc. How exciting. We got our letter. We were granted approval. And now we're going to do the last couple of steps. I believe we just have to do like fingerprints today. And maybe a picture, yeah, to come back to pick up our like official card in a few days. So like, exciting stuff. How do you feel? After we got settled in and decided, okay, we are gonna stay here, I started feeling the exhaustion of all the activities I have been doing and decided to withdraw. So I opted out. Instead, like, my husband and I decided we want to get back to the basics of why we decided to move to Africa in the first place. And it wasn't because I wanted to still work as if I was in America for the foreseeable future.
And it was quite peaceful, to be honest.
That being said, please be with me a moment here. Okay, quick entry. I just finally managed to pick up a rental car. It's currently 11:44 a.m. And I said finally because it took like literally 3 attempts. But I ended up coming back to where I started. And the point that I wanted to make by documenting this is that I've picked up some skills in Africa, okay? As far as problem solving and patience that we don't typically do in this culture that I've acquired over there, that I was able to transfer those skills today. One of the things that I've always wanted to do was go on a camping trip. And I've been talking about it forever, like a solo camping trip. I'm thinking I'm gonna use this adventure to like insert that opportunity for myself. That way I can check that off my list too. Because I've pretty much been living like a bucket list kind of lifestyle for the last few years. I made what I needed for the Airbnb, departed with people that no longer serve their purpose, and I cut my workload by 75%. Now my focus is on 100% freedom.
Habari za asubuhi. It is the first morning of my solo camping trip where I slept here outside by myself at night. And it was quite peaceful, to be honest.
And that includes financial freedom. I currently operate on a zero-based budget. That means I am broke. I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money.
It's funny. This is so simple, but it just made me recall a memory when my husband and I were first starting to like get seriously dating. We used to take our kids to like this local pier that was in the area we lived in, and we would just hang out for hours talking and feeding the turtles, letting the kids feed the turtles and the fish and all that in the pond. And I just kind of remembered that after not thinking about it for so long. And that's like,
over the last year, while I've been abroad, I still had like outstanding debts from the US that's been on auto pay, you know, student loans, credit card, whatever. Anybody who had permission to automatically debit what I owe them from my account every month has been doing that successfully for well over a year. Since I was working so much the way I normally did when I established all those different things, I didn't feel it, you know, like all of the creditors were getting paid timely the way they were supposed to, because I did create structure. Like I created accounts specifically for that reason before I left. That way I did not have to worry about the money being there. Living beyond, I'm really discovering who I am. Like I'm really finding myself.
question, who are you allowing to take up space in your life right now?
Now that I decided to live a life of ease, which includes working 75% less.
Beautiful today, bit of an overcast.
Since I currently live in a prepaid society, I do not have nearly the same amount of monthly rotation as I did when I lived in the US. I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money. So like living here, we really only need day-to-day expenses for like food and electricity and phone service. I actually have the space to designate any and all income to my freedom, be that debt resolution, planning for the future and building new funds, or just maintaining the comfortable lifestyle that I'm choosing to live at this point in time. I'm dedicating any of my excess funds or income to debt resolution. So that way I can move forward in my life without having a student loan like most of the rest of the millennial Americans, as well as any credit card debt, because credit cards are like having access to credit is important, right? And it's also very useful. But at this point in time, since I don't operate on credit, I feel like there's no use to maintain credit as far as monthly payments. Like I should just clear out any balances and have the credit line available to me should I need to use it. But there's really no need for me to keep letting them take a minimum monthly payment out of my account when I haven't even used the card in well over a year. I don't have anything at all right now beyond my needs being met, and I've never felt more liberated. I moved to Africa 1 year ago with my family, and it took me 1 whole year to figure out that I needed to go broke. Now that I've gone broke on purpose, I have so much more clarity as far as what is important. And the thing that is most important to me right now is freedom. Financial freedom, freedom with my time, freedom with my physical ability to move about the world, freedom with what I want to feel and think, where I want to be, freedom. Since we're living in a current lifestyle that has much less financial maintenance than my previous lifestyle, I'm very excited to see what the next year holds for me. Now that I know I'm going to be contributing all of my efforts to resolving any type of past debts or obligations, baggage, weight that will be carried with me unless I resolve it, I'm really excited to see what the next level up is going to feel like. Like I never thought to myself, I'm going to go to Africa and go broke. But it happened. Thankfully, it happened on purpose, because I don't want to be in a position where I don't have what I need, no matter where I am, be it in Africa, be it in America, be it in Europe, be wherever it is I decide to go. I want to be able to know that my needs are met. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't blindly jump into saying, hey, I'm going to spend every last penny I have. No, there's structure. That means there's an emergency fund. That means there's still funds for bills to be paid. But I don't have any pocket money. That means there's no money for me to just do whatever it is, because I already have a fund for that as well. So like everything has a designated space. So there's just no willy-nilliness that came along with the lifestyle of being a tourist, where I just spent whatever it is I felt like spending because I knew I had it and I knew I could make it back, and it really wasn't a big deal. And though that still may be true, I've started to value my time significantly more, as well as my labor and my energy. So just because I know I have the ability to turn my time or my energy into a capitalistic gain doesn't mean I have to do that. And that's a lot of what it took me the full year to learn, like the slowing down from the American lifestyle into the pole lifestyle. It really took a full year for that to really take effect. Because like I would say that first 3 to 6 months, I'm in full tourist mode. Then 6 to 9 months, I'm discovering all the things I don't like. And then 9 to 12 months, I'm deciding if I want to stay here for, additional time. So now that I've conquered all those different phases of like the delusional excitement to what the hell is this to, oh, okay, this is life. I've been able to now step back even further and see what it is else that I would like to accomplish in this phase of life. He decided to make the move to Africa to have more time freedom, like to have that more freedom to be together, tangibly spend time and gain experience. But since I've been here, another thing I've definitely learned to prioritize is my energy. There's so much energy to be reserved if you choose to reserve it. And right now, I'm giving big main character energy. All of the additional energy is for me. For my creativity, for my self-expression, for my self-love, for my growth, for my development. It's all for me. I'm not giving it to any more of the capitalistic giants. Well, I am for now until I resolve all of the obligations that it is that I built for myself, because it would be not wise to just let things go. But it also wouldn't be wise to continue to maintain a lifestyle from a previous life when I'm fine in my current life. In the 1 year that I've spent tinkering with investment ideas in Tanzania, I did have a lot of failures, but I also had a few successes. If you would like to know which investments I've made, drop me a wiggle thumb, leave me a comment. You've been the Wriggle Gang, and I've been Friskino.
Hello good people, and of course this is Fred from Africa, as I used to introduce myself in my YouTube channel, and today I'm so lucky to meet Eugene from Kenya.
Eugene from Kenya.
Yes. So the guy is known, by the way. People know him.
People know me really.
They know you, bro. You do. Okay. Let me not say about what I wanna say about you, because they might think that I know you personally. So I'm so lucky to meet him, and by the way, he called me and told me about us meeting here in the street.
Yeah.
And we thank God we are here, bro. Okay. So yeah. What do you want us to speak about today?
So today we are going to react on a video about an African American lady comes in Africa with good faith, just like any other African American who wants to come to Africa to invest. But the story is always not the same. So she came to Africa. I can't recall the exact country that she is in, but the most important thing is that she came to Africa, and the business that everything that she tried to do never went on well. And then there was a problem with that. And so I believe this is something that we can talk about, we as natives in Africa.
Yeah, bro, I get you.
Yeah.
So you see, when before and after, I do say this way.
Yeah.
In my videos, I do African Americans and African content, because we're trying to bridge the gap between these two people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do advise my fellow brothers and sisters that when you want to come to Africa first, please plan yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
Plan yourself on what you want to come and do here in Africa. Plan yourself on where you want to come live in Africa.
Yeah.
Plan yourself on what you want to come do in Africa.
Yeah.
Because Africa is still a developing continent, and when you come to Africa, plan how you're going to spend your money. Okay.
Yeah.
What you're going to spend your money in, because you can either make it in Africa or fail in Africa.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll just like to say, the sister who came to Africa, she tried a couple of things, different businesses, opened different office, bought a lot of cars, tried exploring different things, but all in the end she went broke. And I feel like this is a lesson that African Americans who are planning to come to Africa to invest, African Americans are planning to come to Africa and make it their own, they need to know a couple of things. And I would say that it's not every business that you see thriving for an African American or thriving for an African native in Africa is worth investing in. That calls one thing. I will invite you to conduct your due diligence and try to internalize the African market. Try to see what can you do as a person. Don't just jump from one business to another, jump from one business to another without understanding it. And that's where the lady failed. You see, the lady, I believe she never conducted a research.
Yeah.
She was just jumping from one business to another, one business to another.
Maybe she came to Africa unprepared, maybe. You see, because for a business to fail, a business that's worth millions of money or millions of investment, for that business to fail, is not easy. Maybe someone set her up, okay, in one way or the other.
Yeah.
Or she never planned the business. She never had a good business structure on how she wanna conduct her business.
Yeah.
So that matters a lot.
Yeah.
It matters a lot.
Yeah.
So every African American who want to come to Africa, please, for you not to fail like my sister here, I think do your due diligence first, the way my brother just said.
Yeah.
Then plan yourself on how you want to come do or stay in Africa. Okay, just put your things up, everything in place.
Yeah.
Plus the land that you wanna come, because I watched the video of a young lady who she's an African American who bought land in Gambia.
Oh, the Gambian issue.
Yeah, the Gambian issue.
Oh.
So it's so shameful that Africans are doing this. Okay, so shameful, because these are our brothers and sisters who came to Africa and they believe that they will find peace here.
Yeah.
So, but Africans themselves turn against them. By that video broke my heart, and I felt so bad about it.
Okay, one thing I would just like to say in general is that, you see, not every African understand the history of slavery, and some of us are ignorant about the black history, you know, because we are in Africa. We feel like we're privileged and we don't want to know much about people who are outside Africa, you know. So that's what some Africans think. But on the flip side, we also have Africans who are woke, Africans who know some things to do with the black history, some Africans who know about Pan-Africanism. And in this realm of fighting the all injustices that black people do face in every part of the continent, I feel they come and bridge the gap between the stereotypes which happen between Africans and African Americans. But for the sister who came to visit a country in Africa, I can't recall which country exactly, but she came to visit a country in Africa, I could say that most of the problem that happened to her was a structural problem. She never planned very well, because as I said earlier, she was jumping from one business to another, so
trying this and leaving this, trying this and leaving this.
Yeah, without even understanding the market.
Yes.
And you know, while you're trying this and leaving this, you're spending money, you know. You're spending money, and at the end of the day, there are no returns, which means that you're gonna go lost. Another thing that I'll also want to say is that Africans, we should note, not Africans, but African Americans. I've even forgotten what I wanted to say. There's a lot of things happening around. So I wanted to say this, just come with your plan and don't jump from one business to another. Get the challenges. Learn from the challenges instead of jumping to another business. Learn how the business works in Africa. You know,
learn the environment. You know, environment matters a lot. Environment. If you talk about environment,
exactly.
Environment is very big.
Yeah.
And we have government.
Yeah.
We have the people themselves. We have the culture. You see.
Yeah.
So try to learn these things and have a maybe clue about them.
Yeah.
Because if you don't understand who Africans are or how they live, how they believe in their stuff, okay?
Yeah.
You're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Okay? You're gonna fail.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you learn the environment. If maybe which type of business will survive in which environment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because maybe you can go. You try sell. Is it pork meat to the Muslims?
Yeah.
They'll never take it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that one also matters a lot. The business research, the business information, and the environment.
Yes. I think that's a factor which is also important. And then ensure that your business license with the government, you know, legal formalities which are required, you know, the permits, ensure that you have them. So with that being said, I hope that this message gets to you African American who is planning to come to invest in Africa, and I hope you find peace and happiness. Know that Africa is not always easy, but again, it's not impossible.
Yes.
Regardless of your age, if you have the dream to come invest in Africa, please come. Africa have an open hands for you, but always be open-minded. Fred, maybe you have something to say.
Africa needs you, bro. Africa needs you, my sister.
Yeah.
Come to Africa, invest in Africa. Don't fear the videos that you see on the YouTube that speak negative about Africa.
Yes.
Because there's no country or continent that's so peaceful and does not have the negative part of it.
Yes.
Every country in Africa or in this world, there's some advantages and disadvantages.
Exactly,
in the environment. So please just come to Africa because we need you so much. And bro, I'm so happy to meet you today because I never expected this.
Thank you so much,
I
brother.
never expected this, bro. So I love the work that you're doing, bro, for trying to bridge the gap between the Africans and
Thank you, brother. You're also doing a great job wherever you are.
Because you know that's our objective.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're trying to bridge the gap and speak about these things that people fear talking about.
Yes.
Something like racism, okay? Very heavy terms that people don't want to hear or don't want to speak about.
Yes.
Something like unity of Africans. These people, they don't want to hear the word Africans uniting. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so we call for all Africans from all corners of this world. It doesn't matter from Caribbean, from USA, from African. Please, let's unite together and bring back that respect that Africans had before.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The respect that our great ancestors had. Okay. The respect for culture, respect for the Africanism in you.
Yes.
Respect to the black skinned people. Okay. We want that respect back. So let's unite back and take Africa forward because it's me and you.
Yes.
To wake up. If I don't wake up, bro, things are gonna mess us up here. Okay.
Yes.
So it's me to start at this age. It doesn't matter how old you are. Wake up, stand up, and defend your continent.
Yes.
I do like watching videos for Julius Malema of South Africa. That guy is a great man, bro.
Yeah.
Okay? Because what he is doing to the people of Africans are still sleeping. We are still sleeping. Some of us don't want to listen to the call, bro.
Yes.
This call, we are calling for all Africans from all corners. Let's unite and take our continent forward. Yes. I love you so much, bro. He also loves you. And let's meet again
in our next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you for always staying in.
Yeah.
Until then, peace, love, and harmony. Salute.